Good evening. This is the 147-300 KK4B repeater. Tuesday Night Net, sponsored by the Active Amateurs Radio Group. All licensed amateur radio operators are welcomed and encouraged to check in. My call sign is Whiskey 4 Hotel Golf. My name is Howard. I'm located in Moncks Corner, South Carolina. Tonight I'll be serving as net control using the club call sign of KK4BE-R. This repeater is made available to the amateur community by KK4B, Rick in Somerville. Located in Russellville, South Carolina, this repeater is accessible using a positive offset and a PL tone of 162.2. There's also a second KK4B repeater located in Cordesville, South Carolina, on frequency 145.350, which is accessible with a negative offset and same PL tone of 162.2. We're very grateful to Rick for allowing us to use the KK4B repeaters, not only for this net, but also for the group's normal communication operations. In the event that this repeater goes down during tonight's net, give it about 3 minutes for the repeater to restart. If it does not, in 3 to 4 minutes, then QSY over to 145.350, and we'll resume the net there. We have a Facebook group. You can search Facebook for 147-300/145-350, Russellville, Cordesville, South Carolina repeaters. And as soon as you get 147-300 in there, it should come right up. We invite you to check it out and encourage you to join the group. We also have a website located at aaradiogroup.org. That's aaradiogroup.org. Also, an EchoLink node into this repeater is available under KK4BE-R. I keep that EchoLink up and running. I did not check it before the net tonight, so I can't guarantee that it is up and running. I do not have that replacement laptop over there yet, but it will be in a couple days. At this point, I'm going to turn it over to Taft, KQ4LTA, president of the Active Amateurs Radio Group, for any announcements or updates for the group. Go ahead, Taft.
Hey, good evening, Howard. Thanks for picking up the net tonight. Appreciate your net control activities. And Chip, working in the background doing the net logging. This is KQ4LTA. Good evening. Just a few things to give you some opportunities to be active. The announcements that I have tonight, Saturdays, each Saturday, 6 p.m., there's a GMRS Simplex net on channel 20 of GMRS. If you have a GMRS license, you can participate in that net. It's a Simplex net, just to kind of check out your Simplex operations on GMRS, know what you can do, where you can reach, who you can talk to. Last week, we had 5 members check in. 3 of us was able to communicate to each other, and I think the other 2 was able to communicate to themselves, but we were not able to talk between those 2 stations. That frequency is 462.675, and typically on that channel 20 GMRS Simplex, it uses a 141.3 PL tone. Let it drop. That channel 20 on GMRS is the national calling simplex frequency for GMRS. So they call it the traveler's frequency. So if you're traveling GMRS, monitoring, everywhere you go, people will be listening on channel 20, like a calling channel, similar to the 652 simplex channel. And that 141.3 PL tone allows you not to get the interference from the FRS channels and the kids in the walkie-talkies from Walmart, things like that. So it gives a little bit more pleasurable listening, and so that's why they use that PL tone on the simplex. Next on Saturday night, 7 p.m., there's another GMRS net, which is on the Russellville repeater. That is sponsored by the Active Amateur Radio Group, and it's on channel 18 repeater pair. For those that don't go by channels on GMRS, it's frequency 462.625. That frequency is all UHF, has a +5 megahertz offset, and on that repeater, it has a DCS, a digital PL tone, and it's a D134. So you either select DCS or you go on down the list till you get to the Ds and the 134s, and you'll get it programmed in. That's every Saturday night, also at 7 p.m. We've got a good group that meets up on that GMRS repeater. So if you don't have your GMRS license, it's very simple to get. Go to FCC's website, search for the GMRS. It's a PDF application. You download it, you fill it out, submit it. Within about 30 minutes, the FCC will send you an automatic reply with go here and pay $35 for 10 years. And then they'll mail that license. Those licenses usually come out within 48 to 72 hours. So, yeah, get your GMRS license. There's a bunch of us on there. It's pretty good. The repeater's outstanding, also owned by Rick, and is doing real good. Next on the list. Saturdays also, 8 p.m. Now, Saturday's a busy night for opportunities to get active. You don't have to do them all, but you can pick one and do it, or do them all. I do. 6 p.m. 8 p.m. on 6-meter net on sideband, upper sideband, frequency 50.140. So that's a weekly sideband 6-meter net. If you have 6-meter capabilities, come on the net. There's always a good group there from all over the low country area, and it's good to just exercise the 6-meter capability of your station. For a couple of things that are going to be single opportunities. Saturday, March 14th. That's coming up here pretty quick. I want everybody to mark the calendars. We're going to meet at Baker's Barbecue for the monthly gathering. Since Baker's opens at 11 o'clock, I encourage everybody to be there at 11 o'clock. If you want the brisket sandwich, best in the world, they sell them out pretty quick. They don't make any more. They'll have what they have. So at 11 o'clock, come join us. We'll have a little private area, and we'll be there till around 12:30, 1 o'clock, or when everybody wants to leave. And this is the monthly gathering. We normally do it by default at the Bojangles, but this time we're trying to make it in an area suggested by one of the members, and make it a little more convenient for people in other locations instead of the Moncks Corner area. So come on up. Get to meet other operators. Typically people bring things to show off, demonstrate. You're welcome to bring swap stuff or sell stuff, whatever you want to do. Just a good time to get together. And then mark on your calendars also, Thursday, March 19th, will be our monthly AARG Zoom call meeting. This is a monthly meeting, and we really had a record attendance last month. It's a good time to come together, talk about what the officers are doing, keep us all straight, get the status of the business parts of the group, and all the exciting things that are in the future. So join in on the Zoom meeting. There'll be an email coming out to everybody with that link to get into the Zoom meeting. Check your junk mail for that one. Sometimes it goes to my junk box. So just keep an eye on it. It'll be from Glenn, and it'll be March 19th on Thursday evening, 7 p.m. Finally, not to be too long-winded tonight, Saturday, May 9th. Mark this one in your calendar, a little more notice so you can prepare. The second annual SARA, that's the Sumter Amateur Radio Association, and the AARG, Active Amateur Radio Group, the second annual swap meet in Santee, South Carolina. Just kind of a midway between Sumter and the Low Country area. And it went really well last year. It's going to be pumped up even more this year, and they expect a lot of people to come over there. So if you got stuff you want to swap, you got stuff you want to sell, bring your junk. Bring whatever you like. I'm bringing stuff. I'm always excited to get something new. So I'll be swapping, selling, or whatever. Saturday, May 9th, up at Santee. There'll be more details on that. It usually starts in the morning, and it'll run about half day. And it's the same location if you went to it last year at that church in the parking lot. But Come on up this year for good information. They're going to have bathroom facilities available. I understand last year they didn't, and that was the lessons learned. So those are the announcements I got tonight, Howard. I appreciate you giving me an opportunity to share. This is KQ4LTA. Back to net.
All right. Thank you, Taft. We appreciate that update there, and appreciate your leadership in the 2026 presidential role for the Active Amateurs Radio Group. All right, let's see. Before we do check-ins here, is there any emergency or priority traffic? If so, call net control now. Nothing heard. This is KK4BE. We're going to start check-ins now. When checking in, please call net control, unkey your mic, and listen for a second so you're not doubling with another station. And check in with your call sign, spelled phonetically and slowly, along with your name and location. To begin the roll call, any stations operating on emergency or battery power or EchoLink, call net control now. Nothing heard. How about short time stations? Short time stations, call net control now.
Net control. Here is N4JZH, November 4 Juliet, Zulu Hotel. Donnie, I'm going to be in and out. Net control is Hotel India Sierra, Kilo 4 Hotel India Sierra, excuse me, Howard. This is Harmon. Charleston will be in and out. Net control. Please check in Kilo Romeo 4, India Kilo Zulu. Charlie from King Street. I'm going to be in and out tonight. Net control. Net control, please check in Kilo Quebec 4, Whiskey Delta Foxtrot, Chalmers, Monk's Corner. I'll be in and out.
All right. Go ahead and recognize those stations. And the top three I have on my list is, I'm number one, KK4ZPE, and then we got Chip, who's doing the logging for us tonight, KQ4NMY, over in Georgetown. We got Taft at number 3, over in Hanahan, KQ4LTA. We heard from Donnie, N4JZH, short time tonight. We heard from Harmon, K4HIS, short time tonight. We heard from Charlie, KR4IKZ, in King Street, short time tonight. And Chalmers in Monk's Corner, KQ4WDF, also short time tonight. All right, we'll proceed on with the check-ins. Let's see. How about all those stations whose suffix begins with alpha through Mike? Stations whose suffix begin with alpha through Mike, call net control now. Net control. Net control, please check in Kilo 4 Alpha Golf Foxtrot. Greg, Goose Creek.
Net control. We're checking Kilo Romeo 4, excellent. Bravo Yankee, Pete, over here in Reedville. Net control. Good evening, Howard. Please check in Kilo Delta 4, Bravo Alpha Oscar, KD4BAO, Tony at Jamestown. I'll hang around for Rag 2.
All right, we got a pause there. I'll go ahead and recognize those three stations. We got K4AGF, Greg, in Goose Creek, KR4EBY, that's Pete in Reevesville, and we got KD4BAO, Tony in McClellanville, or Jamestown. Any others, Alpha through Mike. Stations Alpha through Mike, call that control now. Mike through Zulu, call that control now.
Net control.
Net control, please check in. Kilo 4 Zulu Echo Victor, Monroe and Monk's Corner.
Net control. Lord have mercy. Well, you created a catastrophe out here, Hap. If you don't mind, please check in KK4 Mike Sierra Alpha. KK4 making someone aggravated. Hello to everybody on the net. KK4, MSA clear.
Net control. Net control, please check in. Whiskey 4 Romeo, X-Ray Lima, Angelo, Goose Creek, sticking around.
Net control. Net control, please
Usually
check
it
in.
comes to
Kilo,
the-
Quebec 4, Zulu, India, Mike.
Everybody's there.
KQ4 ZIM. Nicholas in Somerville. And also please check in Kilo Romeo 4, Delta Zulu X-Ray, KR4 ECX. Thank you, Howard. Net control. Net control, please check in. Kilo 4, November Yankee, Mark and Cane Bay. Net control.
November through Zulu.
Net control, please check in Kilo Charlie 4, Quick Charlie Echo, KC4 QCE, Ron and Carnes Crossroads. In and out. Net control. Good evening, Howard. Everyone, please check in. Kilo Quebec 4, Romeo Tango Bravo, Ronnie and Mutt Corner. Net control.
Sean.
Hey, Howard, please check in. Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Zulu AM4 YSCP John and Grove.
Net control. Check in. Kilo Quebec 4, November Delta Bravo, Don and Manning on Lake Marion.
I know
All right, we'll take a pause there. Good group. Good group. Let's see. I picked up K4ZEV Monroe. KK4 making someone aggravated. Justin over there in Macedonia. W4RXL Angelo. KQ4ZIM Nicholas, our schoolmaster. And he brought along KR4DZX Alex. We had KK4NNY Mark over there in Cane Bay. And then, let's see, KC4QCE, Ron in Somerville. I don't think I've seen Ron before. Maybe I have. Anyway, Ron's in and out. And then we had KQ4RTB, Ronnie, over on the other side of Monk's Corner there. Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Zulu, my buddy John in Grover. And KQ4NDB, Don and Manning on Lake Marion. Don't think I've heard Don before either. Any others? Any other check-ins? Let's just open it up. Alpha through Zulu. Last call for check-ins.
Net control.
What's
Net control.
Charles?
Let's check in. Kilo Quebec 4, Tango, Yankee Tango, KQ4 TYT, Drew Goose Creek. I'll be in and out tonight. Net control.
Here he is.
Please check in. Kilo Mike 4, Hotel X-Ray Alpha, KM4 HXA Charles Goose Creek. All right, right, we picked up 2 more there. Kilo Quebec 4, Tango Yankee Tango. Drew, your audio was a little light there. Snuggle up to that mic a little more. I think you might have said you were in and out. I did not make that annotation, so I'll probably come to you anyway. And then Kilo Mike 4, Hotel X-Ray Alpha Charles and Goose Creek. One more shot. Any check-ins, call net control now. Nothing heard. All right, this is Kilo 4 Zulu Bravo Echo with the Active Amateurs Radio Group 147-300 Tuesday night net. We're going to kick off to Rag Chew now. I'll start. I had a busy radio day. Went over to the Sumter Club and had lunch with the Sumter group. Nick and I went over there and we wanted to talk to Mike about they just got the D-Star repeater up and running. It is online. And I'll have that frequency probably up on the Facebook page here sometime tonight. I'll put that out there so anybody that wants to try it out can try it out. And then got back home and gave myself about 30 minutes to sit down and relax for a second. Then I jumped up and went over to the school. I did some fun stuff at the school. Let Nicholas and some others tell you about that. But we had a good time at the school today, and I know we were not on the 300 or any repeaters today. We were doing other stuff today. So, and I'm working on the truck. I still got the APRS digipeater. I got to get that back up online. I hadn't done that yet. I got that laptop. I got to swap out for EchoLink. See if that doesn't improve the reliability of that unit a little bit. And that's about all I got going on over here. I'm going to send it on down to KQ4NMY, Chip in Georgetown. Go ahead, Chip.
Got the thing ID.
Thank you, Howard, and good evening to you. Good evening to everybody on the net. It's been a nice day here. Bev and I have been working out in the yard, doing a little cleaning up around the property, and doing a little cleaning out in the workshop. I sold one of my power saws, so I'm going to use that space in the shop to move my little solar system. I've got a small solar system. I got about 8 solar panels, and I've got a big deck box up on the deck with the batteries and the inverter and the charge controller and all that. And but the deck's coming down, so I got to move all that stuff, and I'm going to move it into the shop where that saw used to sit. So spent a little time working on that today, and not a whole lot else other than that. So that's about it from KQ4NMY. I'll turn it back to net control. Thank you, Howard.
All right, Chip, sounds good. Glad to hear you and Beverly are doing fine up there in Georgetown. And I need to spend more than a day. I need to spend a few days out in my yard getting it ready for the spring. Moving on down the list, KQ4LTA, Taft. Go ahead, Taft.
Hey, good evening, everybody on the net. You guys put the active and amateur radio group 22 check-ins. I don't think I've been on a net in the low country, and I'm net control on several of them that has had this many stations check in. That is just awesome. That is so awesome. So like Chip and Howard, I can't stand it. One of my other hobbies is landscaping, yard work. It just relaxes me. I clock out at work and I come home and all my stress goes away when I get out in the yard. So I've been prepping the flower beds. I got mulch this weekend and mulched them all up, got them all pretty and clean and ready to go. I'm anxious for the weather to allow me to start planting, but it's a little bit 2 or 3 weeks down the road before I can do that because we're liable to have another snap and I don't want to plant and then everything gets killed. So that's where I've been, my secondary hobby. Now, if I can just strap on an HT and go out there and yard work, I'll be in hog heaven KQ4LTA, back to net.
Thank you, Taft. You, yard work as a hobby. Now that's interesting. That's interesting because if you ever run out, I can get you some. I can keep you busy on the yard work. Anyway, that's cool. All right, thank you, Taft. And let's see, let's see, N4JZH, Donnie was in and out. K4HIS, Harmon was in and out. KR4IHZ was in and out, and KQ4WDF was in and out. I'm just going to open it up for any of those four that might be still there listening that want to jump in. Any of y'all still there want to provide some comments? Nothing heard there. All right, Chip, how about add one more check-in for me? Add KK4B Rick. He's in and out tonight, but he did get with me on Messenger here, so let's check him in. And then we're going to drop on down to K4AGF. Greg. Go ahead, Greg.
Hey, good evening, Howard, and thanks for running the net. Very fine business. This is Greg, K4AGF in Goose Creek. I went and spent some time at Alston Middle School with Howard and Nick and the students there at the AARG Amateur Radio Club, which was a lot of fun. A lot of smart kids in there. Kind of showed them some Morse code and some CW, and they were quite a bit more interested in it than I thought they would be. So that was pretty neat. And Drew was also there. I don't know if he comes back or he can tell you a little bit about what he did with them. But all in all, it was a good time. I like what's going on with the school club. And that's all I've got over here. I'll send it back to Net Control. This is K4AGF.
All right, Greg. Thank you. Thank you for being there at the school today, too. That hour flies by quick, doesn't it? I tell you, when you got those kids and you want to do so much with them, and they got 1 hour until their parents are waiting outside to pick them up, that hour just flies by. But we still do, we cram a lot into the hour, but that 4:30 sneaks up on us real quick. All right, we're gonna drop on down to KR4EBY. Pete in Reevesville. Go ahead, Pete.
Yeah, not much going on here. KR4EBY Pete over here in Reevesville. Not much. I was on vacation, so me and the wife were kind of watching the chat. Willie's away. Can't do much on the yard. We'd like to, but with those mornings of the rain we got, the yard's still pretty wet. Other than that, not much going on here in Reevesville. I'm going to kick it back to Net Control. KR4EBY.
All right, Pete, we appreciate you checking in here tonight and providing the comments. Good to hear you. Come on back every Tuesday night and be a part of the group here. KD4BAO, Tony, next on the list. Go ahead, Tony.
Hey, Howard. Nice to hear everybody on the net tonight. Good group. Not much going on. Took care of a couple things around the house today. Like you said, you're going to work on a yard. I got to do some maintenance on the lawn tractor, sharpen the blades and change oil and all that kind of good stuff. Get ready for the grass cutting season. It'll be here probably by the end of the month. Next couple of rains, we'll see stuff start to pop up and get green. Other than that, hope everybody had a good week so far. Back to Net Control, KD4BAO.
All right, Tony, good to hear you, man. Glad you checked in tonight. Gave us an update on what you got going on in your world over there. Come on back to Monk's Corner sometime now. We didn't mean to run you out of here. Come on back. Let's do lunch one day or something. All right, K4ZEV, Monroe. Go ahead, Monroe.
Well, good evening, Howard, and good to be here tonight and hear everybody. Yeah, it sounds like a good crowd. And looking forward to this warmer, nicer weather. I've got a little antenna maintenance I need to get done before all the spring growth is back out. But activity-wise, I spent the weekend in Georgia at a model RC airplane model event. It was pretty cool. And boated my way back home on Saturday evening. So it was a good weekend. I enjoyed it. And looking forward to get together at Baker's. I'm ready for some more Baker's barbecue. So
That's about it, Howard. Nothing much else. So back to you. It's K4ZEV.
All right, Monroe. Appreciate you being with us tonight, providing those comments. And a weekend in Georgia. Well, that sounds interesting on the model airplane stuff. Cool. All right. Next on the list. Yes, the one and only KK4MSA. Go ahead, Justin.
Man, I ain't going to get in there but a minute. I'm on the bench right now, and I know there's music playing in the studio over there, so it's probably drowning me out. So I'm not trying to be in there like that. But I did hear Monroe, and that's a voice that I hear that haven't heard in a while. Good to hear him. So I'll say hello to the net. Hello to you, Howard. Hope everything's going okay. 7-3 to everybody on the net, except a couple people. Driving that nail. KK4BE-R. Have a good one.
All right, Justin. Appreciate you checking in and providing the comments there tonight. We heard you just fine, no problem. We can hear the music in the background too, but you were drowning it out, no problem at all. Let me pause here and see if there's anybody else out there that wants to check in tonight and join the net. This is KK4ZE with the 147-300 Active Amateurs Radio Group Tuesday Night Net. Any check-ins can call net control now. Nothing heard. We'll move on down to Angelo, W4RXL. Go ahead, Angelo.
Evening, Howard, and good evening, everybody from Goose Creek. Not much going on. Just another week. The weather's starting to turn and get warmer. I like that. I know some people don't like summer, but I'm a summer guy. I love summer. That's pretty much, I'm really looking forward to the warmer weather, hitting the beach, going to the beach soon. And that's about all that's going on in my life. Anyways, I would say 73. Turn it back over to the net. 73s.
Thank you, Angelo, for checking in and sticking with us tonight and providing the comments. And I got you. You're a summer guy. I'm a spring and fall guy. I don't like summer. I don't like winter. I want it to be spring and fall year round. I bet you I could find a spot on this planet where it's like that, but I'm too old to be moving. All right, moving on down the list. KQ4ZIM, Nicholas. Go ahead, Nicholas.
This is KQ4ZIM. Thanks for the net, Howard. Yeah, school club report first. K4AGS, WW2HG, and KQ4TYT through Howard, Greg. Read the club today, including myself. It was fun. I think the kids really enjoyed it. Appreciate the time y'all are spending coming out, helping out. That's great. Drew, I don't know if he's here. I guess I'll tell you. He set up an outdoor station, portable station. Did some, I think, 20 meter contact. There was a time when he said, all right, who wants to get on the radio? Without hesitation. She did talk, though, didn't have any contact. So we heard another elementary school club from Ohio. Let's drop. Gentleman from Florida did, in fact, donate a Rig Expert A8600. So that's pretty big. And I was contacted by Whitehall, and they were a little disappointed we didn't get on the air today. So there is a demand to get this club out there on the air, which is pretty cool. Personally, I'm becoming a little bit more radioactive with a partially working radio truck, working on the band. Obviously, I'm taking a Rig Expert home and practicing using it, learning more that way. And I've been encouraged by two big names to get on high frequency. So that's probably coming soon. Very good. I'm excited. Thanks for your time. KQ4ZIM, back to net control.
All right, Nicholas. Appreciate appreciate that. Appreciate the comments. Appreciate you checking in on the net. And we appreciate everything you're doing for the school club there, too. That's great. Make sure you tell those kids if you see them before next Tuesday, because I'll forget by then, that you will get calls wondering why they weren't on the air today. They'll get a kick out of that. And I know you brought KR4DZX along with you. Alex, are you out here, or were you just doing a remote check-in there? Nothing heard. We'll move on down the list to our treasurer, KK4NNY, Mark over in Cane Bay. Go ahead, Mark.
Good evening, Howard. Good evening, everybody on the net. Hope everybody's doing well. Not much HF activity the last few days. It's been kind of slow CW-wise, hunting in Dakota. A couple of contacts each day, but nothing stellar. And it's great that Greg is showing the kids a little CW there at the school, because that would be the time to learn when they're young and their minds can absorb stuff. People our age got a half-life of about 2 weeks, I'm remembering. So just getting the tomato seedlings going, and just waiting for better weather to plant them, and looking forward to the warmer weather like Angelo, and head to the beach. But, that's all I got. 7-3 all KK4 NNY back to net.
All right, Mark. Appreciate you being here tonight, and need to get you a metal detector so when you go to the beach you can come home with some treasure. And let's see, the next one on the list was In and Out. That's KC4QCE. And then we drop down to KQ4RTB. Ronnie, go ahead, Ronnie.
All right, KQ4RTB. Good evening, everybody. Let's see. Tomorrow's supposed to be about 77, and then the rest of the week through Monday is supposed to be 80. So, nice weather if you got anything to do outside. Now, mid-March, they're talking about a cold snap, so be mindful of that. Check the weather before you set out any plants. But, what was it? The old farmers was, don't plant anything till after Easter. So, that's something I've always heard. But, another little heads up is I saw where Gigapart had announced that there's going to be probably a 10 to 50% price increase on some of the Yazoo Kenwood Icon stuff. So more Yazoo right now, because Yazoo's announced it to them because of the tariffs and stuff. So if you on the fence about getting something, I'd recommend you go ahead and take the plunge there, and to save you a little extra money, don't forget R&L Electronics in Ohio. There, they don't charge you any sales tax, and they're usually a few dollars cheaper than everybody else. So check them first, and before you take a plunge, and just keep them. They're good. I buy most of my stuff through them, so that's just some information there. But that's all I got. Good group tonight, and I'll turn it back to you there, Howard. KQ4RTB.
Thank you, Ronnie. Thanks for the update. Yeah, I've seen some of those prices at Gigapart's going up already, and it's bound to happen. It's bound to happen. I just want to see those new radios hit the market. That's what I want to see. All right, moving on down the list, and then after John, I think I'm going to do another call for check-ins. But John, you're next. KM4, YZZ.
He's now and everybody else on the net. Not much going on here in Grover. Just glad it's warmed up. Weather's been nice here in the past couple of days, and hope it continues to stay that way. I'm going to throw this out to everybody, give you an update, so get your pencils ready. If you need my email for anything, I'm going to give you my updated email address, and that's my call sign, KM4YZZ @gmail.com. KM4YZZ @gmail.com. Just for those of y'all that might need that. And I'll do it, Howard. I appreciate it, man. KM4, I just need that to you. Good net tonight, too.
All right, John. Appreciate you making time to come in here tonight. I know when the weather's like this, you usually work, and of course the ground's still wet. You may not be working out there yet, but I know you take advantage of the sunny weather and try to make a lot of money. So appreciate you being here tonight. Next one. Well, no, I said I was going to call check-ins. Look, this is KK4BE with the Active Amateurs Radio Group 147-300 Tuesday night net. Looking for late check-ins. Late check-ins. Call net control now. Nothing heard. Well, we're going down the list. KQ4NDB, Don and Manning. Go ahead, Don. Your turn.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. This is KQ4NDB. It's probably the first time check-in. I appreciate the offer. Appreciate y'all allowing me to get on. About 9 miles south of Manning on south of Manning, on Lake Marion. Just today was kind of a busy day. Had to go to Columbia for a doctor's appointment. When you get up my age, that's about what we do most of the time. But that's okay, too. They say the golden years. I think the golden goes to the doctors, but not to me, unfortunately. But thankful, and we appreciate it. I hope everybody has a good week and enjoy some of this warm weather. 73 KQ4NDB.
All right, Don. Well, thanks for joining the net here. And I thought it was first time for that call sign. I don't remember seeing it before, but we appreciate you being here. We appreciate the comments. Come on back every Tuesday night. We're always right here with a crowd about this size, just about this size every Tuesday night. And, yeah, well, as long as you're still getting up and driving and making the doctor's appointments, everything's good. Just keep going. Everything's good. Let's slip on down the list here. KQ4TYT. Drew, I don't know if you said in and out or not, but I'm going to give you a shot. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I said in and out, but I'm here now. Is my audio better right now than it was before I continue?
Yeah, you're solid now. Very good. Good improvement.
All right, thanks. This is a newer radio, and I've only been getting that comment on this repeater. I turned the mic gain up. Clearly, it's radio, and now I'm getting it down in. Thanks for that. Additionally, it was awesome being able to school club set up an HF radio for them to see HF operations for the first time. HF can be a little overwhelming at first, so I'm not overly surprised that it was not overly awesome. But I'm sure the Smiles told me that they thoroughly enjoyed it. They thought it was awesome hearing stations like Ohio, Arizona, Florida, just from the little stations we set up out in front of the school. So I'm sure they loved it. I would love to go back to that eventually, if I can. Hopefully I can, because I loved it. So that's what I got. KQ4, QIT. Back to you, Net Control.
All right, Drew. Thank you. Thank you for sticking around and giving the comments, too. And appreciate you coming out to the school today. And, yeah, they enjoyed it. They enjoyed it. That one student there that mentioned her sister in Connecticut, she has been wanting to do HF. And so she could line up and have a conversation with her sister one day. She's got a sister that's a ham operator in Connecticut. And we're going to make that happen for her, you know. One of these days we are going to make that happen for her. But appreciate you coming out and doing that. And we're going to slide right on down the list to CAM4HXA. Charles, go ahead, Charles.
Good evening, everybody on the net. It is a pretty nice day out there today. Looking forward to the barbecue. A little bit of 10-meter activity going on out there. A little bit riding around on the mobile. Other than that, that's all I got. Back to you, Net Control.
Thank you, Charles. Yeah, keep us posted on 10-meter now. We want to know. We always want to know what the 10-meter report is, so we appreciate that. Appreciate you checking in tonight. All right, we have reached the bottom of the list. We have one more on the list. That's KK4B, but he was in and out. So we have reached the bottom of the list. And I'm going to open it up for check-ins, late check-ins. Late check-ins to the 147-300 net. Call KK4BE now.
Wow. Well, 22 check-ins is good.
All right, nothing heard. Nothing heard. You know, there's one station I was looking to hear tonight that I didn't, and that was World's Best Talker. And I know today was moving day or closing day for him. So he's either completely beat and sleeping somewhere or still busy moving stuff. So I'm sure we'll hear from him in a few days here. All right, no other check-ins. How about the last round of comments? I'm going to open it up for the last round of comments. Call KK4BE now.
Comment.
Go comment.
Yeah, I just wanted to get shot John that preamble, and I got the kickback because he just said there's a new email address. So, John, can you give me slowly that new email address, please?
Roger that, Tal. It's my call sign, KM4YZZ at gmail.com. Pretty easy. My call sign at gmail.com, Roger.
All right, I got you. I'm going to shoot that over to you. We're still grooming it, so if you got any comments on that thing, just let me know. We'll make that change. But good deal. Thank you. Back to net.
Comment.
There's any other last comment before we close the net now?
Comment. Before RSL. One more comment here, and I forgot to mention when I was on the radio, where I've been setting up doing YouTube live videos of the net. So it's up there on my YouTube. I put a link on all 4 Facebook pages. So it's up there if you want to go in and listen and see how you're coming into the repeater. It's there. W4R itself, clear.
Thank you, Angelo. We appreciate that. All right, late check-in. Go ahead.
Kilo 4. I'll say
KK4AYA. Daniel, we got you. You're scratchy. Sounds like you're fading on us, but go ahead. You're the last one on the list, and we're at the bottom of the list. So if you got any comments, go with them now before you've gone altogether.
Yeah, Roger. No, not much going on, man. Had a little puppy pass away, too. Been dealing with that for the day. But other than that, everything's all is well. That's KK408 and one Somerville.
All right, Daniel, we appreciate you checking in. Sorry to hear about the puppy, man. And but we appreciate you taking the time to check in. And we'll catch you next time. Any others? Late check-ins or the last round of comments? Call KK4BE now. Nothing heard, and with no objections, I'm going to close the net. This is KK4BE with the 147-300 Active Amateurs Radio Group Tuesday Night Net. We're going to close the net. I'll say 7-3 and return the repeater to normal amateur use. Good night.
And that's all, folks.